the economic council meetings we've been having, it tells you that for the first time, we are truly looking at economic issues as they affect Nigerians. We're looking at economic issues as encapsulated in the manifesto of APC to drive employment, to drive agriculture, to drive solid minerals. These policies require to be formulated alongside with exigencies that are happening globally. So it's not as if APC has a magic wand. It's going to work within the context of what is on ground and translate it into a viable process that everybody will benefit from. So I want to assure you that everything that is being done rightly and is rightly on course, because the right things are the things that we are doing. We are going through a selection process of ministers that is allowing us to see that we require people that have experience and that can truly drive processes that would get us the right direction. You know, the people that are being chosen are being tested. You test people by what they have done, not what they have not done.
Your Excellency, you talked about the issue of the selection and the nomination of the ministers. The crop of guys that we have, the 36 of them, do you think they have a pedigree that to make a team that is formidable in changing things around?
I think they have, because looking at their various resumes and various levels of experience they've had, as we've seen, we can see that these are people who have proven that they have excelled in their various fields where they had to work. But the most important thing here, you see, we must agree, is that in driving a country like Nigeria, you require the right leadership, which we already have. We require the right policies to be formed. Don't forget, these are going to be policy drivers. And if policy formulation is right, what we require is policy implementation. And that is where they will bring their managerial skills and experience to bear to enable us achieve these set results. And these they have demonstrated with the pedigree we've seen in each of these people that have been cleared. So by and large, I see us getting to the right position at the right time.
All right. A lot of people have criticized the average age of the ministers we have now. It's about 56. And a lot of people are asking the question. In fact, the representation of women, it's just about 20%. When we were talking about 35%, the affirmative action and all of that, there seems to be some level of disparity in the selection process. And some people have already, there were a lot of protests about some nomination, even from Kwara State. The ministerial nominee from Kwara State, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, there were protests about his candidacy. It looks so much like the president made some decisions on his own. Did he actually consult with the party?
Yes, you see, we have gone through an electoral process where we've jointly agreed that we believe in the leadership of the president to take us out of the woods to levels where Nigeria will join the Committee of Great Nations. It's a very hard task. And we expect him to come out with a process that will take us to that level. If he so requires to get this process going through selection of people that will aid him in carrying out this huge responsibility, we should give him that latitude. We should allow him. Yes, it is also to the extent that every Nigerian feels carried along in an inclusive process. But I think the people who are selected are not outside Nigerians, they're not outside our party. We're happy with the people that have been selected through his judgment. But of course, we are not unaware of the fact that it is also good that contacts are made at various stakeholding levels so that we can get a proper input.
Well, the governor of Kwara said, Dr. Abdul Fattah Ahmed, talking to me about various issues, from the issues of how the APC can manage the Nigerian economy to the ministerial nominees and the quality of the prospective cabinet of President Buhari. We'll talk more about this issue, but we'll take a moment now and we'll be right back.
If there's one man who doesn't like corruption, I don't like corruption. And you don't take bribe. I have never taken bribe in my life. However, because there are challenges, people in Nigerian politics believe that there is a need for compromise and able to manage yourself around. I will do that. But where it clashes with my principle, I find it a bit difficult to do what people expect me to do. So if you ask me to advise upcoming politicians, I will find it difficult because most politicians would like to survive. So because I don't toe that line, I found challenges. October 25, the Supreme Court declared me governor. Don't forget that I face a similar challenge like I'm facing now.
Well, the former governor of Rivers State there, Rotimi Amechi, defending himself that he's never taken bribe. Well, major soundbite in the week, which leads us to how we're going to round this show up, and I won't allow my guests to make comments on this. Let me allow Clement Nwanko to comment on this. Well, you've also been involved with the issues at the National Assembly. Just in about a minute, tell me what you make of the process so far and the quality of the prospective cabinet.
Well, certainly what you do have are very people representing different interests who have worked towards the success of President Buhari and their party to emerge. So most of those are people who are satisfying the political interests that make up the APC. But certainly a lot of them have got good experience. A lot of them have been in positions. And hopefully a lot of them understand the anger of Nigerians at this time. Nigerians are very angry. Nigerians are very impatient with this process. Nigerians are very dissatisfied that 6 months into an election being concluded, we still don't have a government. The economic situation in the country is deteriorating. We certainly hope and expect that President Buhari gets going with his government. He swears in with his government. Number of ministers that have been cleared, about 18 or more, we expected that whatever have been cleared should have been sworn in and business of government should have commenced.
All right, let me quickly, so that we allow Dr. Isola to also have a word before we round up. What do you make of the quality? Do you think that we're going to have a very strong team working with President Buhari?
I'm afraid. I'm seriously afraid. At the expense of talking about individuals, I don't have the card, the dossier to do that. But you see that the same thing in the color of nepotism. It is my friend, it is my cousin, it is my party member who is there and is the only one that can do it, is what you see here as a reflection. Nigeria should go beyond that. And then a piece of advice for the president. If we are talking about change, change means doing something in a new way. Every president before now was a minister of petroleum. Nigeria needs to diversify. Agriculture is there. President should be Minister of Agriculture. There is problem with security. President should be Minister of Defense. Let's leave oil alone. We have to leave it there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Attahiru Jega and Mr. Clement Nwanko, for your thoughts and your interventions. Well, on a final note, this song sounds too familiar, isn't it? When the judiciary is locked between the political chess game of the ruling and opposition parties. The judiciary is bought, and the rest of that are two familiar stories in our climb here. But the danger of manipulating that arm of government is like a time bomb ticking, waiting to explode. When it does, no one may be immune to an imminent disaster. Our democratic process is at the risk of being truncated if the players are not true to the moral and legal values that form the bedrock of our democratic and civil existence. On that note, I would like to thank you for being a very great company, and on behalf of the team here at Channels Television headquarters in Lagos, I'm Sheon Wakimbaloe. Bye for now.